Luke Lukert.
The first small business sports book in the country opens in D.C. In Adams Morgan, I'm John Doman.
The Dow is off 385 points. 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. Some of the biggest social media and messaging sites are currently offline and not working. CBS's Jim Krasula has the latest.
It's not yet clear what caused the internet outages that affected Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp that started just before noon Eastern time. In a statement, Facebook said it was aware of some people having trouble accessing its apps and products, and it's working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. The Facebook site is telling people something went wrong, while Instagram is flashing a server error message. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
Users of TikTok are also indicating outages on that platform. A pipeline that is 41 years old is being looked at as the possible source of an oil spill off the Southern California coast. Dead animals have been washing up on shore. Veterinarian Michael Zaccardi is with the Oiled Wildlife Care Network and says they are able to save some.
3 live oiled animals collected as of last night, one of which was euthanized, and we just had a 4th bird come in right now.
2 weeks ahead of a default deadline set by the Treasury Secretary, President Biden is calling on Congress to act quickly to avoid a financial crisis.
The Treasury Secretary warns if Congress doesn't lift the cap on the government's borrowing authority by October 18th, checks to Social Security recipients, Medicare providers, government employees, and others could be in jeopardy. A U.S. default has never happened before. Republicans argue to skirt a filibuster, Democrats could use the same reconciliation process that they aim to employ for spending to also raise the debt limit. But noting past bipartisanship in this realm, the president says the GOP is playing Russian roulette.
I think, quite frankly, it's hypocritical, dangerous, and disgraceful.
Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Johnson & Johnson will reportedly seek FDA approval for its booster shot this week, according to the New York Times. CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook.
This comes on the heels of a study last month showing a second dose of the J&J vaccine increased its efficacy in the United States against moderate to severe COVID to over 90%.
A 55-year-old man shot and killed a coworker, a nursing assistant, inside Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia before taking off in a U-Haul. Police officers returned fire on that suspect who was hit with bullets. Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw.
We learned that he was wearing body armor and was carrying multiple weapons. In addition to the long gun, which was believed to be an AR-15, was also carrying some form of a handgun, a semi-automatic handgun.
The Dow is down 369. The NASDAQ is down 337. This is CBS News.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Because the way you care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best.
Good afternoon. It is 2:03, and we are so happy you're with us on this sunny Monday, October the 4th, 81 degrees. I'm Hillary Howard. Our top local story is a schism between the D.C. Council and the mayor, and it revolves around schools. Council members are now working around Muriel Bowser with emergency legislation to expand virtual learning. And they're also considering a vaccine mandate for students.
Vaccine mandate for D.C. students over 12 years old by December. But in proposing the mandate, at-large council member Christina Henderson says they want to hear from the public about the idea first. Meanwhile, over the weekend, Mayor Muriel Bowser wrote a strongly worded letter to Henderson and her colleagues on the council about emergency legislation that will offer more students a chance to learn virtually if a doctor recommends it. She writes, quote, "I'm very troubled and angered by any legislation that aims to disrupt learning or that will tax or burden our schools."
Even though we are relaxing the restrictions, we're not eliminating them.
Council Chair Phil Mendelson outlined the bill, expected to pass with 9 votes, that eases the unexcused absence policy, expands testing, and amends when the school notifies about a positive case. Megan Cloherty, WTOP News.
Some local school bus drivers refused to ride their routes today to protest low wages. Anne Arundel County Schools says 31 routes were affected, and that's on top of issues they've had with other routes because of the overall driver shortage. County Executive Stuart Pittman supports their demand because the drivers make less, sometimes far less than people with commercial licenses. Pittman's already met with the governor and a host of officials on this. He says the county's putting together a plan to use its own federal funds to pay drivers more. In other news, there's a bit of an up and down in Montgomery County's coronavirus case rates, but there does seem to be a trend. The numbers keep ticking downward.
Looking at the 7-day average case rates, Montgomery County health officials see an overall plateauing, with the latest 7-day average per 100,000 at 78. Now that compares to 97 in mid-September. Sean O'Donnell with the county's Department of Health and Human Services gave an update during a Monday morning briefing.
Testing volumes at the county sites are holding fairly steady. Vaccine is still widely available throughout the county.
According to data on the state of Maryland COVID-19 dashboard, 84% of Marylanders 18 and older have gotten at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine. Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
If you ever drive the southern stretch of the GW Parkway, you know it needs some love. And now it'll get some to make it safer.
The National Park Service will be restriping the historic highway from Alexandria to Mount Vernon. The work will also include a road diet. That means they'll get rid of one of the southbound lanes and replace it with a turning lane.
We'll be implementing that between Stratford Lane and Two-Lane Drive, or where the parkway does not have an existing median.
LaRocca says there will be lane closures during the project. They'll start near Mount Vernon and work up the northbound lanes until Alexandria, and then they will head back on the southbound lanes.
The northbound work will be happening from about 10 a.m. to 6. The southbound work will start early in the morning and then go to 2 p.m.
They should wrap up by the end of the year. Luke Lukert, WTOP News.
Can companies unknowingly take your cells and then sell them for research? We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Traffic and weather next, 2:06.
Are your atrial fibrillation symptoms keeping you from living the life you love? MedStar Health was the first and most experienced healthcare system in the region to offer the only FDA-approved treatment for long-standing persistent AFib. Patients who received this treatment most often experienced a major reduction of symptoms or become free from AFib. Visit medstarhealth.org/AFib or talk to your doctor today. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Stop right there. University Painters is having a 50% off materials and paint sale. 1-800-390-4848. When University Painters painted my mom's house, they did an awesome job. They'll paint the inside, the outside, do carpentry work, even stain and seal the deck. You need a free written estimate? Call 1-800-390-4848. They'll meet you virtually, in person, at your house, or by phone. That's universitypainters.com.
You work hard for every dollar you earn, and now more than ever, you deserve to have your money protected. At United Bank, the community bank of the nation's capital, our long history of safe, sound, and secure banking practices has provided customers with peace of mind protection for over...
Guys, do you want to lose weight fast? Have more energy and improve your health? Now you can with Nutrisystem for Men. Get delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, even snacks and shakes delivered right to your door. All delivered for free. It's easy to follow, and you'll see results in your first week. Go to Nutrisystem.com/meal now and get 50% off everything. And with their new premium meals, guys get bigger, bolder meals with up to 30 grams of protein and 25% more calories to keep you feeling full and satisfied as you drop the pounds. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/meal right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/meal right now and get 50% off everything. Forget about takeout and fast food. Nutrisystem for Men is real food and real simple. It's all planned out and delivered right to your front door. Don't wait. This special offer will not last forever. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/meal right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/meal.